Now, the Birmingham Civil Rights Institute is hosting a free night with freedom writer Hank Thomas. He was one of the original freedom writers who traveled on buses to protest racial segregation. Sherry Jackson is moderating tonight's event. Good evening, Sherry.
Hello again, Jim. I'm inside the Odessa Woolfolk Gallery here at the Birmingham Civil Rights Institute, and it is very fitting that the summer series at the BCRI kicks off with Mr. Hank Thomas. You know, it was 55 years ago this month that they came through Anniston, Alabama, and met with a hate-filled mob. That bus had traveled from South Carolina through Augusta and Atlanta. No incidents, but a Klan group met them in Anniston, firebombed that bus, and many of those passengers, students, activists, some journalists, got off of that burning bus into a crowd of hate that ended up attacking them. Mr. Thomas, one of the first off of the bus. He joins me now here at the Civil Rights Institute, and you do this tour to tell people what happened, but what does your message mean to them today?
Well, first of all, I'm very proud to have been a part of the civil rights movement, a foot soldier. When we look at where we are today versus where we were 55 years ago, no one can argue that the country today is much different. And the fact that I had a small part to play in it is tremendous to me.
You had an uncanny, I think, kind of courage. I think many of the people who did what they did back then stood up. There was so much indifference then.
Well, I appreciate the fact of you saying that I had courage, but you must remember I was only 19 years old, and everybody will tell you most 19-year-olds don't have good sense, okay? And so we decided that we could change this country.
And you weren't afraid to do it. Tonight, people will also get an opportunity to hear from a 12-year-old girl who showed a lot of courage that day in Anniston.
She did. I call her the Angel of Anniston. With all of the other Christians standing around with the hate and all of this, this young lady put into practice what she had learned in Sunday school. She saw people hurting, and she's had to do something about it.
Showing humanity. Mr. Thomas, thank you. I will see you at 6:30 when the program starts. There's still time. This is open to the public. Come on down to the Birmingham Civil Rights Institute as they kick off their summer series here. Jim?